Alrighty, my good old friends of YouTube, it is your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So you know the drill. In this video, we're going to break down a bunch of stocks. We're going to go over charts, earnings, all that good stuff. Well, really just one earnings report, which, to be honest, I haven't even looked at it yet, but we're going to break it down here, live reaction. So if y'all find value, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. It is free. Make sure you guys do that. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Stas Talk Stocks. And to get your 16 stocks for Moomoo, guys, free money, link down below. Each of those could be valued up to $2,000. We'll talk more about that later. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Let's dive right into the video and break down these stocks, the earnings report from this company that I want to talk about and that I've wanted to buy for a long time. And we'll just break down a bunch of other stocks after that, guys. So, excuse me, guys. Jeez Louise, my throat today is not feeling good. But either way, we're going to break down a bunch, starting off with Adobe, ticker symbol ADBE. And let me tell you guys, this is one that I've wanted to own for quite some time. And it's just always overvalued, in my opinion. Maybe not always. I mean, it's, you know, that's depending on who you're talking to, right? It's not a, it's subjective, right? It depends on who you're talking to, what overvalued is, right? But overall, I think it's been pretty frothy lately. And the company just reported earnings, or at least they should have by now. Maybe not yet. I hope so. Yeah, it looks like their earnings are out. It looks like we shot up initially, and mind you, we closed at 552, and it looks like it shot up to 556, back down to about 546, and now it's at about 551 after the bell, so pretty much unchanged, flat after the bell. So it looks like Adobe, let me pull it up and see, guys, they did EPS of 409 versus 398 expected, so that beat. And they beat on sales, $4.89 billion versus $4.87 billion expected. So they beat EPS and they beat on revenue. That's good. And they guide for Q4 EPS of 410 to 415 versus the analyst consensus estimate of $4.06. So that's above the estimate for Q4 EPS. That's good. And they see Q4 adjusted EPS. That's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, same thing. And total revenue of around 4.97 to 5.02 billion versus 5 billion flat. Which was the estimate. So pretty much right in line there for the total revenue estimate, for guidance on EPS, and they beat EPS and revenue for the last quarter. Not bad, guys, just looking at that, you know, the headline numbers. So it looks like they guided for Q4 EPS of 410 to 415, all right, and here it says, wait a second, was that a typo? Because here it says 310 to 315. I don't know, man, what the heck. Thinkorswim has to get their crap together, but either way, they reported earnings. Guidance is not bad. They beat EPS, beat revenue, and it's very early still. It's 4:21 to be exact PM here on the East Coast when I'm filming this video, so we haven't gotten the full picture yet. Sure, the headline numbers are out, the report's out, but we haven't gotten the earnings call yet, so that could change a lot. But right now, we got the numbers. Stocks popping up, 566, right? Yeah, we shot up initially, but now we're back down. We're pretty much flat. And to me, what that's telling me is the stock's waiting for the for the earnings call, right? It's going to wait, or it's waiting to see what the CEO says, the management team, yada, yada, yada. And I'm actually going to tune into that. It's probably in about, what, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Either way, I'll be done filming by then, and I'll tune into it. But Adobe, guys, is one that I would love to own. I think it's a great company, but it's just way frothy right now. I mean, the stock, for Pete's sake, guys, was at $300 a couple of months ago. Yeah, 318 back in February. If I didn't buy it then, why the heck would I try and buy it now? That just does not make sense. But we'll see how it goes, guys. We'll see how it goes here with ADBE. I believe we also had Cracker Barrel report. I completely forgot about this one. I think it's CBRL, right? They reported earnings, I believe it was yesterday, and their stock did not do well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was at $78, closed the day at about 71, so it dumped $7 intraday. That's not good. So it looks like they ended up doing, if it wants to show me here, guys, what's going on here? What the heck is going on? So this is not working right now. Give me a second, guys. Let's see. Cracker Barrel ended up doing, where is it here, guys? I'm almost there. Getting warmer. There we go. Adjusted EPS of $1.79 versus $1.61, so they beat on that. And they missed on sales, $836 million versus $842 million expected. So they missed sales, beat EPS. All right. Q4 comparable store sales rose 2.4%. All right, they see, let's see, Q1 full year 24 sales of 800 to 850 million versus the 848 million, so a little bit lower there on the guidance, on the lower end of the guidance, which for sure is hurting the stock right now in the short term. But yeah, guys, Cracker Barrel, it's not one of those that I would pretty much ever buy unless it gets to the bargain basement value. But even then, there's other places I'd rather put my money. But I'm just watching it because the company just reported earnings, and this week was pretty slow for earnings. Sure, we had CPI, we had a couple other companies, we had Adobe, but it was a slow week. Let's be honest, as earnings season now is pretty much wrapped up, and just before you know it, in a couple of weeks, it's going to be right back, and we're going to be right back in the swing of things with all these companies reporting. Maybe not Adobe and Cracker Barrel, but the other big names. It's already been a couple of weeks. You know, time flies, guys. You know how that goes. So let's see what other stocks ended up moving on my watch list. Let me actually get some water first, guys. Cheers, by the way. Of course, Nikola ended up moving, which we covered in my video earlier today. You guys probably saw that. This went up 32% officially on the day, which is insane. ARM went up 25%. Oh my God, guys, $12 on the day. And I'm being very cautious with this, even though it's up a ton and went up a ton today. I would not be surprised if ARM Holdings did sell off massively. I could be wrong, but with IPOs, I'm always skeptical, guys. I'm always skeptical. Let's see what else. It looks like Foot Locker ended up bouncing back, but still in a just terrible downtrend. I mean, guys, this thing is hideous right now. I would not touch this thing with a 10-foot pole, but it did see a nice snapback today, 6.5%. Not bad for Foot Locker. We had Coinbase stock up 4.5%, which this one, guys, could be on the verge of breaking out. Coinbase, COIN, is the ticker, up 4.5% on the day. And right now, it's right by the 180 SMA and the top of this wedge on the 4-hour chart, which if we break that point, $85, we start cracking $90 as well. Man, Coinbase could be taking off. Leg up, could be right around the corner, 100 plus. You guys have seen this thing get hot, and it gets hot out of nowhere, and honestly, a lot of the time, for no reason. That's the crazy part. For no reason, Coinbase starts to rip. Well, a lot of the time, there's some underlying catalyst, but sometimes, man, it just rips on no catalyst. It's just one of those stocks that has that, it's just one of those stocks that could do that. We also had a big move today in Virgin Galactic, which I just realized, holy smokes, this thing's $1 now. Oh my God, this thing was at what? $8? No, $6.50 actually. Big difference. That was back in June during that test flight, and this thing is right back down to $2. Fresh low on the 4-hour chart. On the max chart, probably all-time low. Yup, we're at an all-time low. This is not looking good at all for Virgin Galactic at all, guys, but it still went up 4% on the day. Not bad. Nucor went up on the day. All right, not bad. Enphase, which I've been watching very closely, it just keeps on getting clobbered as well. Now it's at 118. It went up on the day, 2.2%. But still in a downtrend. It was at $300 to begin the year pretty much. Now it's at, again, 120. Not good, but with weakness, guys, that could present opportunity. Not saying to go buy this for sure, but at $120, we're at a big multi-year support now, which you guys can see. We held 120, 115 back in January of 2022, also in May of 2021. So if this does break, I expect more red, probably down to about $80, $100 range, which at that point, guys, that might be a screaming buy. I'm not going to lie. That might be a screaming buy. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but based on my research, the growth Enphase has, I could be wrong, but this is one that I kind of like as a growth play over the next 3-5 years. I haven't made a deep dive video on it here on YouTube. I've done research on it, but maybe I'll do a video. But it's one that I think here is getting pretty interesting, especially if it breaks these lows. I'm kind of banking on it. If it gets to 80 to 100, I don't want to say load the boat, but I'm gonna buy a good amount of shares. Maybe I have a starter position and build it up from there. But overall, this is interesting. A lot of growth. It's getting beaten down, which again opens up opportunity. Not always, not every stock that goes down is an opportunity, obviously. But some of them are. If you find the ones that are, and you look deeper into them, you believe in them, why not take a shot, right? And that's kind of how I'm looking at Enphase, ENPH. If it gets even lower from here, we'll see how it goes. So that's Enphase. Let me see what other stocks ended up moving today, guys. Not much movement, to be honest. We had had a lot of green, right? We had other stocks like GameStop, JP Morgan went up 2%, which I talked about a couple of videos ago. This is one that I think is still pretty oversold. But it looks like now it's starting to rebound pretty aggressively off that 143 level that we talked about. 143-ish was resistance in the beginning of the year, all throughout pretty much the end of June. Then we broke out of it. Now we pulled back, bounced off of it. So this could be getting ready to rip. Maybe if we break 150 on JPM, we start taking out that 180 SMA as well. This could be one that is worth watching, in my opinion. And look at this. JP Morgan set to report earnings very soon here on the 13th of October, which is in a month. And you guys know how that goes. When the banks start to report, that's when earnings season starts to, begin pretty much, right? And that's when the cycle is going to begin again, like I said in the beginning of the video. And, we're going to have 4 weeks now pretty much of dead space, no earnings, and then it's going to pick up again, right? Then it's going to pick up again, and we'll see how it goes from there. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter, guys, at Stocks Talk Stocks. I'll link that down below. And don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, guys. I'm telling you, this is the best promo by far. Open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit. You get 5 stocks right off the bat. And fund it with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And listen to this, guys. Fund your account at least $5,000 on top of those 15 stocks. You also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Google stock, which makes this promo a no-brainer. So get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.